Hi, my name's Antoinette Griffin. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about 6 ways that you can exhibit positive body language in virtual meetings or video calls. Because in person, we're exhibiting body language, our whole body. But in virtual meetings, in video calls, it's from here on up. That's the only part that's usually visible in these video calls, in these virtual meetings. So how do you create that positive body language from here on up? I'm going to give you 6 ways. Number 1, keep your hands away from your chest, your neck, and your face. Really, this whole area that we're talking about that's on video. Body language experts have talked about gestures that we do unknowingly whenever we're feeling maybe uncomfortable about something or nervous about something. These gestures are self-soothing. So we're doing this whenever we're feeling some level of discomfort, whether it's disagreement, nervousness, whatever. We could start scratching our neck. We could start playing with a necklace. We could start scratching behind our ear. Anything like that is considered a self-soothing gesture. So don't do it when you're on video. Now, what happens if your nose itches? What happens if you really do need to do this to get the hair out of your face or something like that? Don't be so hyper aware that you're not taking care of the things that need to be taken care of. However, just be really aware of, am I touching my neck because I really have an itch there or because I'm feeling some level of discomfort? So just to be safe, keep your hands away whenever possible from those areas. And if you find yourself continuing to do these gestures and you're trying to stop yourself, sit on your hands. Nobody's gonna know. Right now on this YouTube video, I am sitting on my hands, but hopefully you can't even tell. Number 2, lean in. When you want to make a specific point, or if somebody is saying something and you're listening to them and you want to really show that you're listening to them, just lean in towards the camera. You think about it, we do this in person whenever somebody is saying something really powerful. If we're really interested in what the person says, we naturally lean in. So do that even on your video calls. It will make the other person feel heard. And if you're doing it to make a point, your point will come across even that much stronger. Number 3, this is the big one. Maintain a positive facial expression. So many of us are guilty of not doing that because when we're listening or when we're thinking, we normally have a thinking or a listening face, which for most of us, it's not that positive. If you were to take a snapshot of people in a meeting on video, in a virtual meeting, and you were to just take a snapshot of everybody who's listening, you would probably see a bunch of faces on there of people who looked either bored or disengaged or frustrated or ticked off, because that's their natural thinking face or listening face. And so what do you do in that situation? You don't want to just have this ever-present smile on your face that looks or feels contrived. What you want to do in these situations whenever you're listening or whenever you're thinking is to simply part your lips. What that will do, relax your jaw, part your lips. What that will do is it just really does relax the facial expression, and you have a much more positive expression on your face. So the choice is, do you want to have your thinking face? Or do you want to have a curious face? Didn't really take any more effort to have a curious face than a thinking face. Number 4, I'm just starting to learn this one myself, and that is laugh even when you're on mute. How many times have you been speaking at a meeting where everybody's on mute and you say something that's really funny and you're seeing all these thinking and listening faces out there, or you're seeing somebody kind of smile, But they're thinking, well, I'm not really going to laugh out loud because I know I'm on mute. And so what I've started doing is just to really edify the speaker and really show them that I'm engaged in what they're saying. And if they're saying something funny, I will laugh out loud even when I'm on mute. What that does is that creates that energy that speaker is looking for from the people that they're talking to. It's engaging with the person who is speaking. Number 5 is raise your hand. Raise your hand if there's a situation where it's a group meeting and you want to say something, but you're afraid that you may be interrupting either the speaker or you may be interrupting some other people that are asking questions. I have talked to so many introverts who say that there's really something that I want to say or I want to ask on a virtual meeting, but it's difficult to know without reading body language who's getting ready to speak next. There's the little gestures on the bottom of the Zoom calls where you can actually do a raise hand, but if all else fails, just raise your hand like this, and that way you will be given the floor when it's your time to speak. Now, before I get to number 6, if you like this video, I hope you'll press like, and I hope you will subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. So let me get to number 6. That is wave. Wave on these virtual meetings, unless it's some kind of really formal meeting or a formal job interview. There is nothing wrong with waving. It's a very friendly gesture because if you think about it, in these virtual meetings or video calls, we don't have that same energy that we do in person. So you're on a video call and somebody comes into the meeting and everybody's just sitting there, not even acknowledging the person who came if other people are speaking. All it takes is just a wave to the person who came in. As long as you don't have tons of people coming in and so you're sitting there waving time after time. But if it's just once or twice, it's not going to distract. It's going to be very friendly body language. And then at the end of the meeting, when you're signing off, to just give everybody a wave. I've been doing that, and it just kind of creates that positive, lasting, friendly impression. So there you have it, my 6 ways to exhibit positive body language in video calls.